A Christmas Story, Princess Day, and Steamboat Willie are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is November 18th, 2021. It is the 322nd day of the year. We got 43 days left until we turn the calendar. Today is the 46th Thursday in the 47th week of 2021 and the 58th day of fall. We got 33 days left until winter. It honestly feels like it's about to snow here in Portland, Oregon. It's cold as hell. I don't know what's going on. If you look at the temperature, it's only like 45 degrees, but it just feels colder for some reason. If today's your birthday, your zodiac sign is still a Scorpio. When does that get to change? I hope soon. I'm tired of saying Scorpio to you people. Today is Princess Day. Celebrate the princess and every girl by taking part in National Princess Day. Happens every year on November 18th. Princess Day started when The Swan Princess was released in theaters on November 18th, 1994, and introduced the beautiful Princess Odette to fans across the globe. Since then, the series has continued to grow, with the 8th movie being released in 2018. And they've already planned on doing like 3 more, so we got a lot of Swan Princess stuff to go. All right, let's see what else November 18th has given us. Okay, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation right off the bat. 1903, the Hay-Bunau-Varilla Treaty is signed by the United States and Panama, giving the United States exclusive rights over the Panama Canal Zone. 1928, the animated short is released called Steamboat Willie. This is the first fully synchronized sound cartoon directed by Walt Disney himself. It featured the 3rd appearance of the cartoon character Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. This is considered by Disney Corporation to be Mickey Mouse's birthday. 1963, the first push-button telephone goes into service. I can't believe they've been around that long. 63? There's a couple videos I've seen on YouTube where dad or whatever will take their like 16-year-old kids and give them the old dial phone and ask them if they know how to make a call with that thing, and they struggle to do it. They don't know how. I actually saw a phone booth one time and showed my kids what it was. They didn't understand why you would stand in there and make a phone call. I'm all, well, cut down on the sound, and there was a phone in there. They're all, why don't you just use the phone you had? I'm all, well, we didn't always have cell phones. 1978, the McDonnell Douglas FA-18 Hornet makes its first flight. Wow, it's that old? This was at the Naval Air Test Center in Maryland in the United States. 1988, the war on drugs. President Ronald Reagan signs a bill into law allowing the death penalty for drug traffickers. You know, if you ever want to do some interesting research the war on drugs and what a colossal failure it was. I mean, I understand putting criminals in jail that need to go in jail for drug trafficking, all that. I get all that. But the amount of money they poured into this was insane. And they got very little out of it. A lot of people feel the biggest failure in it was just trying to put people in jail instead of educating kids and stuff like that and really focusing on keeping the next generation away from drugs. So we put all this money into law enforcement and using the military to go down to Colombia and do all these different things. And then we arrest a bunch of people. And then we spend tons of money incarcerating these people and legal things, and just all this money was pouring into it, and nothing ever changed. Now, I get you have to have enforcement, and I'm all on board with that, but just how overzealous they were and how much money they poured into it was total waste. There's a lot of good documentaries on it now that pretty much the war on drugs is kind of over. You should watch them. Very interesting. 1993, in the United States, the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, is approved by the House of Representatives. This one was sad. 1999, at Texas A&M University, the Aggie bonfire collapses, killing 12 students and injuring 27 others. This was a tradition they had where they built this big, giant bonfire and all the students, pep rally type thing. Well, this thing just collapsed and killed kids. It was too bad. I remember when that happened. 2003, the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court rules 4-3 in Goodrich versus the Department of Public Health and says the state's ban on same-sex marriage is unconstitutional and gives the state legislature 180 days to change the law, making Massachusetts the first state in the United States to grant marriage rights to same-sex couples. You'd think that would have been California or Oregon that would have done that first, but no, Massachusetts. 2013, NASA launches the Maven probe to Mars. So this is an orbiter probe. It was launched, like I said, on 18 November 2013. It got to Mars on 22 September 2014. It's still going. As of October 31st, 2021, the spacecraft is continuing its science mission with all instruments still functioning, and it has enough fuel to last until 2030. 2020, the Utah monolith is discovered. The Utah monolith is a 9-foot tall pillar that's shaped like a triangle, but it's a pillar. It was found in the desert by a biologist. They figure it had been sitting there since about 2016. So for 4 years, in the middle of the desert, there was this giant pillar nobody noticed. To this day, they still don't know who put it there. Now, after it was discovered, different artists from around the globe put up their own monoliths, and they were found out who they were. They tried to hide it and, put it up so no one know, but they found out who those people were, and they admitted it. And they said they all got inspiration from the Utah thing. Well, the original one in Utah, nobody to this day knows who put it there in 2016. It has since been removed since it's in the middle of like a national monument area, forest, whatever, in the Utah desert in San Juan County. But yeah, they have no idea who put it there. Movies released on November 18th, 1983. We got one of the best Christmas movies ever, A Christmas Story. This book is based on little stories that were in Gene Parker Shepard's 1966 book, In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash. This Christmas comedy centers around a young boy named Ralphie who attempts to convince his family, teachers, and even Santa Claus that he should get a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas. It's the perfect gift in his opinion. If you've never seen it, good news. TNT or TBS, something like that in the United States, always has a marathon of A Christmas Story, like every year right around Christmas, like 24 hours of Christmas Story, where they show the movie 12 consecutive times. I've probably seen this movie in my life 8 or 9 times. It is easily one of the best Christmas movies ever made. It's just great for the whole family. It's fun. It's exciting. It's just a good story. The house they filmed the movie in, well, it's now an Airbnb in Cleveland, Ohio. I plan on staying there when I go out there to see a Cleveland Browns game. I'm going to try and book it. If I do, when I do, we'll definitely make a video about it. The movie was made for just over $3 million, and the box office receipts worldwide came up to just about $20 million. Now, since then, with different DVD releases or whatever, video releases, it's made a lot more, but that was its box office receipts. Born on November 18th, 1968, Owen Wilson. I like him. I always have. I think he's a pretty good actor. He's a little quirky, it seems like, but he just seems like a guy you'd sit down and want to have a beer with. Anyway, he's a comedic actor who starred in such films as Zoolander, Wedding Crashers, Meet the Parents, and Night at the Museum. He also co-wrote the films Rushmore, The Royal Tannenbaums, Bottle Rockets, which all 3 were directed by Wes Anderson. He was in the New Mexico Military Institute and pursued an English degree at the University of Texas. Died on November 18th. 2017, we lost Malcolm Young. He is a Scottish rhythm guitarist and backup vocalist for the hard rock band AC/DC. He became a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for his contributions to rock and roll music. He got a start playing in a Rolling Stones cover band as a teenager. He is considered one of the best rhythm guitarists in rock history. But he's a co-founder of AC/DC with his brother and the band's lead guitarist, Angus Young. I didn't really get into AC/DC as a kid, but as I got older, I started to appreciate their music and kind of like them to this day. Don't listen to them all the time, but occasionally I will. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Go out, have a productive day, be nice to each other.